I'm Maya, my husband is Derek, and we have a child. He's a 5-year-old now, and he was diagnosed with cystinosis when he was 1.5. And this is what we are. Just a very simple family, crazy, we travel, nomadic. That's who we are. It's not the child or the adult that has cystinosis, but it is the entire family. Because, you know, I was saying to you before, you say, oh, how about we go to the supermarket? Wait, what's the time? Oh, it's this time. We need esomeprazole, we need eye drops, we need gluconate, calcium gluconate, we need vitamin D. At what time then he has to take the other thing, at what time he has to eat, because then the other medication has to be taken before or after. You can't just flow with things. You need to follow a certain structure. Your life is extremely organized, and it is difficult to live in that way. So it is not something that is touching just the child, it's touching the family. So we all have cystinosis, not just Nathaniel. Nathaniel went to something like a crash, a kindy, when he was 3. And I went to the school and had an appointment with the director and the 2 teachers, because he attends a Montessori school. It's a private school and it is bilingual. It's in French and English. And so the teachers are there at the same time, the 2 of them. So I needed to speak both to the director and so it would be the principal, you would say better, and the 2 teachers. And I took Nathaniel's medications, and I gave them information, had leaflets and things, photocopies that I made. I explained what cystinosis is, how many people are in the world, just the whole thing. And then I said, and these are the medications that Nathaniel needs to take. I gave them an overall picture of all that. And then I said, however, here, in the time that he is here, he will only require this. And I have a small ice bag. It's the same one that people who have to take insulin use. And in the morning, at the time, that's when we started, they have to give him the medications. And I had them, everything was in syringes, ready. And I said, okay, you give it at this time. Nathaniel is used to that because, again, I had trained him since he was 1.5. By the age of 2, he was able to take them on his own. I'm for independence, so that's why. And I said, all that he needs is that you remind him, you take them out of the fridge and you give it to him and you just watch how he's doing it. He knows that he has to hold it like this and then he has to slowly push. Just ensure that he's doing it right, and then he gives it back to you. And at the time, because there is such a urine flow that I have had no nappies that have been able to contain this wee. We were also putting some cotton inserts inside in the hope that it would hold it. Nothing did it. Now I use some. Well, we have some that seem to be a little bit better. We don't use inserts anymore, but I have some particular sheets that you found at the supermarket that I use, and if it gets wet, then I can change them. But it is a major issue because when it gets wet, you have to turn lights on, everything on, all family is up, because you need to change him, wash him, change the pyjama, change sheets, and one parent only. It's difficult. You can't do that whilst you want your child to kind of be asleep. So my husband or I take Nathaniel into another room where it's a little bit dark, and the other one has got full lights on, 2 o'clock in the morning, changing everything. Sometimes we've done it 4 times in a week. It does disrupt our sleep enormously, more than, it adds to the fact that already we have to wake up at 1:30 in the morning. So anyway, having found this paper sheet is pretty good, because I got plastic at the back. But what we have been doing now for about 6-7 months, before we go to sleep, so maybe around 10:30, we take him to the toilet. And we've noticed that reduces the amount of wee that he will do in his nappy, and is able to not to get wet. I mean, it gets wet, yes, it does his wee in his nappy, but it doesn't come out of the nappy, because it was really, sometimes I would find him wet from his chest all the way to the knees. It breaks your heart. There was nothing I could do. So, you try to change him, just with a dim light, not to wake him up. But it is hard. So the good thing is, if you start training him to go to the toilet, it's all right. Some time ago, he actually suddenly woke up and he said, "Mom, I have to go to the toilet." So he's starting to to wake up, to he starts feeling that he has to go. So that's what we do. That's a difficult one. Again, it goes with having explained to him from the beginning. We never said cystinosis, but we've said that his body is special, and that to understand if everything is fine in his body, the only way is to draw blood. And they check it, I say, and they will check, well, is this thing okay? Is this thing okay? And then they will tell us, and then we adjust the medications accordingly, because we have to look after your beautiful body. And he still gets very distressed. I inform him the night before that we are going to the hospital the following day, and then he says to me, but mommy, it hurts. I know it hurts. I said, it's all right, I will be there. And what I did once, that I had to have a blood test myself, and I took him with me. And he was there, and he said to me, mommy, are you scared? I said, yes. And is it going to be sore? Yes. I said, it is. And he was watching everything. I didn't hide anything. I actually said to the nurse, my son has to go for blood tests regularly, so I would like you to be very clear about what you're doing. I want him to see that I can do it too, that it's a normal thing, that people have this. So I had my arm in there, and she took the blood, and he said to me, can I hold your hand, mommy? And I said, yes, oh, that would really help me. So we held hands, and I wasn't looking. And then when we finished, he said to me, did it hurt? Yes, but I thank you for holding my hand, because that really, really helped me. And he said, do you feel like crying? And I said, yes, I do. It was the truth. I didn't lie on anything. It did hurt, and I felt like crying because I got emotional about my son holding my hand. Thinking the first time. Up until then, I had refused to meet other parents for no reason other than the fact that I wanted to process everything in my way. I didn't want to go into any fear feeling. I'm particular in these things. I wanted to remain centered in the fact that there is light in everything, that it's all good. It's okay. I didn't want to be disturbed, distracted by the way other people did anything. I didn't read anything about cystinosis. I just took what the doctor had said and I processed it. And I asked myself, what do I feel? How do I want to live with this? How much am I ready to open myself to this? So I didn't want to meet parents at all. When I was ready, I did it, and it was with the conference. I said, okay, there is the conference, I'm ready to go. It was extremely emotional. I cried for the whole time. That was, there are speakers every half an hour. And it was strong because I saw the adults. And I cried because my son is 5. He's had medication since the age of 1.5. So he's been treated very early. And the adults were not, because medications arrived late for them. So a lot of damage had already been done, and you can see that in them. And this broke my heart. It brought a lot of sadness and a lot of feeling. I was honored. I felt honored that I could meet them, that I could see them, and I could witness in their body what they